Biden's new capital gains proposals will fleece the middle class. We're going to be fleeced. All right, so this is from Issues and Insights right-wing blog, and I like the right wing. I just find them so convoluted. Their lack of understanding about what is happening in this world. Kind of like I did a video. I didn't post it, but I should have, and I deleted it. I'm not going to do it again. About how the right wing, Jeff Jacoby and the right wing are taking the side of the ABCDEF community in order to get what's that freaking Linda Sarsour. So Linda Sarsour is from the is a radical Muslim women's person who wears a hijab, and people of color, and the left loves people of color, but it turns out Linda Sarsour has said some stuff that's anti-Semitic and anti-LGBTQ, whatever. I just don't care, whatever it is. And of course, because Linda Sarsour has said those two things that are anti-Semitic and anti-LG, the right wing and took to say, how dare you, Geico, hire this person who's so far removed from the mainstream that even the Women's March disowned her, if that makes sense. And I'm sitting there thinking, wait, don't you see you just basically validated the LGBTQ community by taking the defense of Linda, by going after Linda Sarsour, whereas just 5 years ago, the right wing was saying it's Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. And now it's like, now we're going to go after people who are lefties who are anti-LGBTQ community. And this is the same thing here. It's just like the right wing. I'm like, so now you've just solidified that community and give them breathing room to say, how dare you be against us because you went after Linda Sarsour against us, so you defended us. Does that make sense? So we're defending this group of people that just literally 5 years ago we said there should be Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve, and now we're like defending them. And I just don't care. Marry whoever the hell you want. I don't care. When it comes to what's going on with puberty blockers and all this on children, I do care about that. That's freaking sick. And now that the Republicans and conservatives are on record for defending this because of their disgust of Linda Sarsour because she's a Muslim who doesn't like Jews and doesn't like that group of community, it's just freaking nuts. And look, everything was BC and then PC, before COVID, post COVID. I'm no longer the BC person anymore. That person's gone. After I saw what happened these last 2 years, 2.5 years now, I recognize there is no right versus left. It's not like that anymore. And as right such, we're going to take on the right when they're idiotic, which is right here. Populist calls to soak the rich are as popular as ever. Yeah, maybe Republicans can actually win office every now and again by using what the people want, despite little evidence that even more progressive taxation would sustain federal coffers for long. How many times do I say this? We don't want the government spending money on insanity of foreign wars and all that crap. But I'll represent the populace right now. But we do want the government to sustain things that are happening in our homeland. Social Security comes to mind. Border Patrol comes to mind. The wall comes to mind. Whether or not you want those things, that is protection in the United States and its citizens. Medicare funding. All these things we need sustains. We don't want to send money overseas to foreign wars. And if that means we have to raise taxes on wealthy people in order to sustain freaking Social Security, it's a political win. And with wins, you can then advance other causes, like maybe a fair tax where we say, like Dick Armey, the simple tax plan. Here's your postcard. If you make more than X, you pay 25%. If you made less than X, you pay 10%. Done and done. I don't understand why Republicans, I do. All right, anyway, so right here, I want to show you something right here because it's, oh, look at that. That is too cute. Where will a second? 60% of Americans report owning stock. A large proportion of these investors are far from wealthy. When Elon Musk stock sales caused Tesla shares to fall by 15%, ordinary investors felt far more pain than Elon Musk. I want to point this out. Such is the folly of populist tax proposals. Despite the best intentions, policymakers usually succeed in making it only more difficult for middle-class Americans to save for their retirements. And we're going to go to the Tax Foundation, and I love the Tax Foundation, but they're 100% wrong here. I just 100%. And this is what people are going to say: if you have a wealth tax, it's going to hurt middle-class taxpayers. I'm going to prove to you how that simply. You can make that argument, but there's no evidence to show that, none whatsoever. All right, so let's go to what Sniffy Joe's doing. I mean, there's certainly evidence to say if you raise it too much, that'll harm middle-class taxpayers. A wealth tax won't do that. All right, so I want to show you something here. So here's how this would work. All right. So under a proposal, a household with a net worth of over $100 million would be required to pay a minimum effective tax rate of 20%. Of what? Of net wealth? No, of income. So for example, and this is a pretty fair thing the Tax Foundation does. Consider a household with net wealth of $200 million, $5 million of ordinary income, and $10 million in accumulated unrealized taxes, unrealized capital gains. So I just want to show you how this works, all right? They have an ordinary income tax bill of 1.8. Again, they got $5 million in ordinary income. So we take 1.8 divided by 5 million. It's going to be a 37% tax rate. That's the highest tax. They're not going to pay 37% because it's an effective tax rate. But be that as it may, we're going to use the highest tax bracket from the federal government there is. So they have $5 million of ordinary income. They pay $1.8 million in taxes. Essentially, it's in this case, the 36% effective tax rate, but they're in the 37% bracket. I hope that makes sense. But they also have $10 million of accumulated unrealized capital gains from a privately held company. So their privately held company grew by $10 million. All right. So under Sniffy Joe's thing, they would have. You take your unrealized gains of that $10 million plus your ordinary income, that's $15 million of total income. But they only paid $1.8 million on that $15 million. So 1.8 divided by 15 gives us a 12% effective tax bracket, effective tax rate. So they basically paid 12% on their income. The $10 million of unrealized income from the capital gain of the business that has grown in value by $10 million bucks, and the 1.8 million that they paid on $5 million of ordinary income. I know this is tough to follow, so you should read this article, but it's pretty interesting. So what Sniffy Joe would say, that's not enough. That's a 12% effective tax rate. We need you to have a 20% effective tax rate. So 15 million times 20% is going to be $3 million. So they're going to have to come up with an extra 1.2 million right here to increase their effective tax rate to 20% on their income, not their net wealth, on their income. They're going to have to come up with an extra 1.2 million. All right, because they made $15 of money. They didn't really make it. 10 million is unrealized gains. But because that is unrealized gains and they got $5 million of ordinary income, that's going to be $15 million. They're going to have to pay $3 million in taxes in total on $15 million of income, of which I grant you, $10 million of that was unrealized. But $200 million is their total net worth. $200 million. That 1.2 extra could be paid in equal installments over 9 years. For capital gains moving forward, tax could be paid over 5 years and would be credited against future capital gain liabilities. Now, how comes the capital losses? I don't know. You have to figure that out. I don't know. But they're going to have to pay an extra $1.2 million of taxes on $200 million. 1.2 divided by 200 million. That is 1.2 divided by 200 million. I mean, that's 6%. That was a point. Whatever. It's just tiny amount of money. 200 million. So 10%. 6%. Because 10 million would be 200 million times 10% would be 20 million. No, it's less. I don't even know what it is. I can't even figure it out. My head's not smart enough for that. Anyway, 1.2 million. Yeah, it's 0.06%. Not even 6%. It's 0.6% of their total net worth. My friends, you think that's going to bankrupt middle class investors? By the way, the example, this is a private company, a privately held company. That means you can't own it. Now, you might work there, but you can't own it. That's not going to bankrupt middle class investors. All right, so let's go back to what this guy said about Elon Musk. Stock sales caused Tesla to fall by 15%. Let's take a gander, shall we? Dateline, December 21st, 14th, 2021. Elon Musk sold $906 million of Tesla stock on Monday. As of Tuesday, he has sold almost 12 million shares. All right, so he sold almost $1 billion of stock on December 14th. So let's now go to Finance Yahoo and see what the Tesla stock did. Has it gone? Did it kill middle class investors? I'm going to predict it did not. And we're going to do the same for what's his name, Bezos over at Amazon. Mackenzie, is that Mackenzie Bezos? Who's Bezos' ex-wife? Is that Mackenzie? And you'll see the Amazon stock, even when they're selling massive amounts of shares, not sure, did not drop in the least. How does it come up? Tesla. Tesla. Yeah, oh, Tesla. I got you. Tesla. There we go. There we go. So let's go to Tesla right there. And you're going to see it did not drop it. Now, could it? Sure, absolutely. But to say that's going to destroy middle class investors, show me the evidence of that. I can't get this thing over here. One second. Get over here and pause. All right, so let's go to 6 months chart on Tesla. And this is just one time, by the way. And we're going to see December 14th right there. He sold the stock right there. Is at 966. No, wait, what was that at? 1,026. Oh, it was at 966 right there. He sold at 966. Did it kill the middle class investor? No, it's at 1,025. Stupid. So let's go to Bezos. I mean, this whole thing is just freaking stupid, man. I get so sick of this crap. So we're going to go to Bezos. Oh, let me pause real quick. There's an article with a sleepy eye, Jeff Bezos. This is a Dateline. I don't even know what Dateline this is. This is from CCN. She sold 200,000 shares of Amazon that could have been worth way more as Amazon's soars after earnings beat. I don't even know what date this is. So what the hell date is this, man? As of today. Let's see what this date is. Hold on a second. Oh, 2022. All right, there we go. So this is just Mackenzie Bezos, the ex-wife of Amazon, recently sold 200,000 shares of Amazon. All right, and Amazon still went up. Jeff Bezos' fortunes grew by $730 million. $730 million, all right? Mackenzie Bezos dumped 200,000 shares for a whopping $370 million, all right? What happened to the stock of Amazon? Well, let's take a gander, shall we? We'll see. So the whole point is Republicans, get on board with a friggin' populist. This is where you win. You don't win by backing Mitt Romney and Paul Ryan. Those days are over, man. You win by backing the freaking people who want to free the country from the oligarchs. And Jeff Bezos, look, I like Amazon. I use it all the time. 100%. Jeff Bezos, I like Elon Musk. I don't have any problem with any of these guys. However, at the end of the day, a net worth tax is a freaking way to go to solidify Social Security, to get political wins so we can get rid of the freaking fools that are getting Ketanji Brown, whatever her name is, who doesn't know how to define a woman on there and won't put child peas in jail. All right, so here's Amazon stock. We'll go back over a year. Oh, my goodness. Is at 34.08. Now it's at 33,089. So obviously, Mackenzie Bezos' sell of the stock really destroyed the middle-class investors. And if you look at 5 years, oh, my goodness, because Bezos was selling stock all over the place. The point being is this isn't just, it's not going to kill middle-class investors. It's just not. There's no evidence of that whatsoever. If anything, the evidence says when Bezos sells stocks, because there's always a buy, by the way. Someone's got to buy the share. There's two sides to every purchase. There's two sides to every transaction. There's a buy side and a sell side. Who's buying it? Anyway, I wish the Republicans would pull their head out of their butt. But I'll continue to recognize that they're idiots. I get it. We'll see you.